living with my abuser. Now, I told him I was pregnant, and the man looked at me like I told him I just slept his mama. He said, "You what?" I said, "Yeah, that's why I'm pregnant. Why are you putting your hands on me?" He said, "Bro, how you know you pregnant?" First off, I ain't your bro. I'm your girlfriend. The moment I told him I was pregnant, I could almost tell that he was mad. Almost immediately, the man stormed over to me. My first instance was to get up and put my back against the wall. So while I'm pressed up against the wall, the first thing I see is the TV that we had just bought on the little stand by the door. He came storming over to me and he grabbed me by my shoulder, squeezing me really hard. "Joseph, stop! You hurting me." He didn't care. The man still squeezing my shoulder, telling my bro, "How you know you pregnant? Nigga, do you realize you strong as hell and I done told you I was pregnant and you sitting here squeezing my shoulders?" I tried to push past him and run to the bedroom. He grabbed me by my shoulder, pulled me around, and smacked me. If you want to hear part 10, I need you to go to my YouTube and subscribe to my channel. Links in the bio. So after he smacked me, I sat there and I grabbed my face and I tried to push past him like aggressively. When I'm pushing past him, he grabbed me by my throat chaw and I almost thought I could fly and threw me through the TV. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have read my book when I was talking about I was thrown through the brand new TV we had just got, but I had shards of glass and everything in my back from the LCD that had cracked. You know, it wasn't like these new TVs that's out now. He threw me through the TV, y'all, and the only thing I could do was drop down in front of the little stand the TV was sitting on. He was like, "Bro, get up. Why you ain't tell me you was pregnant before now?" So with tears running down my face, I was like, "Bro, I just found out myself. I was over there throwing up when I was making you food because you was on your way home from work." He said, "So you don't know if you really pregnant or not?" I said, "No, I don't know for sure. I just said that because I was over there throwing up in the trash can." The man said, "Get yourself together. We finna go to the hospital now." If you want to hear part 11, you got to subscribe to my YouTube. I'm not dropping another part until we get to 1,500 subscribers. So we went to the emergency room and he told them that I had fell and hurt myself and he believed that I was pregnant and I needed to get a pregnancy test. So the guy that was checking us into the little triage room was like, "What symptoms have you been having to think that you're pregnant?" I said, "Sir, the only thing that I can say is I've been throwing up and I've been having a real nauseous feeling when I get to smelling different scents and things." He said, "Okay." Checked my blood pressure, got my temperature, and did all the other little things that they do before they give you that armband and assign you to an emergency room. So in the back, a lady come through and she was like, "So what are we here for?" I said, "Just a pregnancy test." Joseph didn't say nothing. He's sitting over there tapping his feet with his hands in front of his face like he don't got a concern in the world. "Sir, we here because you wanted to be here. Show some sign of concern." So the lady asked me when was my last cycle. I told her it was about a month and a half ago. First red flag right there. So she went and got a cup for me to pee in. If you want part 12, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Come back and drop some prayer hands, and I'm going to give it to you. So when the lady went and got the pee cup, she left and came back. It was about a, 15, 20-minute interval during that time. Joseph's just in there mumbling to himself, saying whatever it was that he was saying under his breath. I'm sitting there laid back on the bed because I'm trying not to really be anxious about the answer, even though I have a feeling like, yeah, I'm pregnant. But if it comes back no, what is that going to leave when we leave here? So the time had passed and the lady came back in and she was like, "Well, just as you assumed, you are in fact pregnant." So Joseph finally grasped a sense of, "Oh, I'm here on earth," and stood up and was like, "Well, how far along is she?" Sir, if you asking that for your own personal gain, 1, we don't do abortions around here, and 2, you got me pregnant, so you finna have to do your due diligence and take care of this child, voluntarily or involuntarily. Now, I know that sounds harsh and everything, but for those of y'all who have been listening to the story, then it justifies why I said what I said. The nurse looked at me and said, "Well, you're roughly 5.5 months, pushing 6. So that means when you came and picked me up from the corner store, I went, spent that week in the car, and then I was living with you for those 3 months at that lady's house is when I got pregnant." So of course I was scared, but the better half of me was like, okay, so maybe all of this abuse will stop, all this calling me out my name would stop, the disrespecting me, and maybe you would come to your senses and be the man that you need to be. Wrong. So we left the hospital. The lady gave me a prescription for prenatal vitamins and the actual another prescription for iron pills. I still had the Vitafolds that he had originally bought me because I was taking them very sparingly. So on our way home, he didn't say anything to me. Nothing at all. He was on his phone texting. He was doing this. He was doing that. But as far as communicating to me about what was going on, the man didn't have nothing to say. If you want the next part, drop some prayer hands in the comment section below. I also have my Cowards Hit Women t-shirts on my website. You can get it in a sweatshirt too. And if you like my Stand For Domestic Violence shirts, they're available on my website as well. And as usual, links in the bio if you want to get you a book. They on sale for $8. Take advantage.
Excuse me, y'all. I got little to no sleep last night, so I'm gonna sound very exhausted, but I gotta get the part dropped. So when he came home punching the wall, asking me who the fuck was in his house, I didn't really know how to explain it to him without him just overly being mad or wanting to attack me. So I told him, like, it was just a friend from my hometown. I found out he lived across the fence. He came over, kicked it, was asking me how I was doing, if I was okay, and if I needed anything. He said, so you got random dudes coming in my house asking if you need anything? What y'all got going on? You screwing him? You doing this? You doing that? I don't know why he was so insecure. Like, of course, I'm young and everything, but you could tell, like, I'm completely dedicated to you, you know? So the insecurities were literally outrageous. So he asked me, so who was it? Who was it that was at my house? And I told him who it was. So when I told him who it was, you could, like, immediately tell, okay, you pissed off. So what's about to happen? To my surprise, he didn't even hit me. He actually just started yelling, punching the walls and things of that nature, and screaming, telling me to get the hell out of his house. Now, before y'all come for me, yes, the apartment was in my mom's name. But when you're dealing with someone of that caliber, when you don't listen to what they say, then it's either I'm going to attack you or you're going to have common sense and just, like, leave. So I did. I grabbed my shoes and I grabbed the jacket and I left. Like, I walked right out of the house. So I only walked out on the strength of, okay, he'll calm down. He'll end up coming outside saying, like, okay, come back in, blah, 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 whatever it is. Like, eventually he will calm down because that's how he is. It's back and forth, up and down. A stressful roller coaster with this man. So I left the house and took off walking. I went ahead and just took a little brisk around the neighborhood. It's really nice. It's a park around the corner, all of that. So after some time of walking, I actually started heading back towards the house because I was like, maybe he'll be sitting on the porch. Maybe he's actually wondering where I went. Like, I'm pregnant, so I don't need to be out in the streets, right? When I got in eye view of the porch, I saw it was a suitcase outside, and you could tell from a distance that he had taken everything and just thrown it in. No rhythm, no rhyme. Literally just grabbed a bunch of clothes and throw them in. So I'm wondering, like, what the heck is going on? When I got to the door, I tried to twist the doorknob to go in, and it was, in fact, locked. So when I left, I didn't grab anything. My cell phone, no key, no nothing, because I'm thinking, like, he's just going to blow off some steam, and eventually I can come back. So twisting the door and it not unlocking, I was like, wow. So this man really done locked me out the house, and I have a suitcase here with my clothes. So I grabbed my suitcase and I took off walking back around the corner to where this little walkway over this little water path was. If you want to hear the rest of the story, y'all, links in my bio. My book's on sale for $10. They were $8, but they're $10 now. Go and get you one. Come back and comment some prayer hands for the next part. All right, y'all, we going on day 3 with little to no sleep. So forgive me. So when I realized that the door was locked and I had officially been locked outside and he put my clothes out, I was like, oh, okay. So he really playing these games. Like, he really mad because I had a friend come over to the house. There was nothing I could do because my cell phone was inside the house. My keys was inside the house. So if he was in there with me beating on the door and not answering it and not opening it, I wasn't strong enough to break the door down. So I grabbed a suitcase where he had poorly thrown my clothes in, and I took off walking back around the corner where I was. Now, around the corner over the little walkway, it's like this little water path that goes through it. But right before you get to that water path, there's a little ditch down there. It ain't too deep and it ain't too shallow. Now, after sitting on the concrete over the little walkway, by the little bars that you can hold on to make sure you don't fall, I was like, dang, I can't sit here all night because I don't want nobody to come by and potentially hit me tonight. I don't want nobody to come by and attack me. So I ended up grabbing my suitcase and I crawled down into the little ditch. I didn't know exactly what to do at this moment because I couldn't call anybody. Walking to anybody's house was too far. And my friend, looking across the fence, his car was gone. So sitting in the ditch, I'm literally just thinking. Tears started to run down my face because at this point, I got the fear of being homeless again. Like, I didn't want to be homeless. Some time had passed by, I want to say maybe an hour, hour and a half, and I heard very subtly, Sherelle, Sherelle. Me knowing exactly where that voice was coming from, it surprised me that he came out actually looking for me. So I didn't say nothing at first. I was just like, maybe he'll come and actually look, like try to find me, right? And I wasn't into the mind games or anything, but I had felt like at this point, it feels good to be wanted, even if it's for whatever ill reason he got going through his head. I heard, Sherelle, Sherelle. Bro, where this girl at? Where this girl at? At this point, he's starting to get angry. And if I don't come out soon, who knows what's going to happen when I do pop out. So I climbed up out of the little ditch and I stood there. And he was actually like literally right around the block and was like, bro, what the fuck you doing? where the fuck you been? And I looked at him and I just pointed at my clothes in the ditch. And I was like, I was just sitting down there because I didn't want to get hit by a car. And I didn't want nobody to come by and try to attack me. He's like, bro, get your bald-headed ass in the house. And just like I knew it. You only wanted me for the moment because now you need me back into your possession so you can continue acting the way that you're acting. If you want the next part, do me a favor and drop some prayer hands in the comment section. And also, if you guys can take a look at my GoFundMe, I'm trying to help relocate domestic violence survivors who are trying to get away from their abusers, who seem to keep finding them, keep stalking them, and keep pesterizing them. I will post the link in my bio so that you guys can go and check it out and read what I have to say. But all help is greatly appreciated for what I'm trying to do in this journey of life that I'm taking. And as always, links in the bio if you want to get a book. Thank you.
I know I said I wasn't going to post the next part on here and that I was going to have to put it on YouTube for y'all to go subscribe to me there. But somebody did reach out and say, what about those who don't like YouTube? What about those who don't watch YouTube and want to just stay on TikTok because that's the easiest app for them? Smart. I like that. I didn't think about that. So I'm going to post all the parts on here. But the exclusive parts where I know it's too sensitive for TikTok is going to be on YouTube. You got to go subscribe to me there because I'm unfiltered over there. So anyways, after the 17-second encounter that we had on the couch, y'all, he fell asleep. Kicked his socks off and went straight to sleep, right? I went, took a shower, got in the bed, and I laid there. Couldn't go to sleep for nothing in the world. I'm laying there trying to figure out why I'm just not good enough for this man. So, of course, I was downplaying myself, saying I wasn't good enough, saying I just need to get my act right, get my shit together, and all of that. But for some reason, I just felt like there's nothing I can do to satisfy this man, to make him favor me more. All I wanted for this man was to show some sign that he cared, even if it's just the smallest amount of caring. Like nothing too major, just a hint to let me know that I'm holding on to something worth holding on for. So the next morning rolled around, he got up, took a shower, and left. I didn't know if the man went to work, if he went to go be with another woman, if he went to the studio or whatever. He didn't say 2 words to me. All right, y'all, I ain't in the car no more. I'm over here actually getting my car washed. There go little Betty Sue right there. But anyways, so I got up, did my daily routine, washed the dishes, cleaned up, swept, mopped, vacuumed, bathroom, bathtub, all of the things that you do as a woman in the household. So time was rolling by, y'all. And at this time, yeah, he had put groceries in the house. So I didn't have to worry about, as y'all say, stealing $12 from him. But I didn't hear from him all day. And nightfall dropped. Still no Joseph. Like, where is this man at? So, of course, I started to get into myself. And I started to get real sensitive. And, of course, being pregnant, you're super sensitive about everything. But I started to cry. I was sitting here worried if something had happened to him, if somebody got him, snatched him up, karate chopped him into pieces, all of that. Now, before y'all come for me, why she worried about that man, he done did her so bad? Y'all gotta understand, I was young. I was attached to what I thought was, and it wasn't. Boo-hooing all night, wondering where this man is, and boom, I hear a click. He coming through the door. He coming the door. He drunk. You could tell he high. Eyes bloodshot red. He come right into the room and fall right into the bed next to me. The concerned part of me flipped over and was like, so where was you at all day? You ain't call? You ain't text? I was wondering if you was okay. Him halfway asleep. Bro, don't ask me no fucking questions. You want the next part? Drop some prayer hands in the comment section below. And as usual, links in the bio if you want to go get a book. My ebooks, they still on sale for $10. Y'all better go get them before they go back.